Spy cats.
I'm in 5th grade now. That's right, I'm at the top of the food chain. My new teacher, Mr. Crow, is one of the best in the whole school. He's been teaching for 30 years. Because of that, he uses a microphone to talk to us in the classroom. His voice is like gone. Mr. Crow is an author too. We read his book called Big Bad Bumpy Bertha. It was about this mean bully girl who no one liked, but then she saved their lives during a terrible storm and died at the end.
Jesus Christ!
It was Bertha's dramatic death scene that inspired me to give up on my dream of becoming the president and instead be an author.
That man changed the trajectory of my entire life. I can't imagine where PetPyves would be today without that initial spark of loving storytelling.
Check it out! I've already written the very first season of my cartoon cat series, Spy Cats.
Heck yeah, Spy Cats!
Oh god, Spy Cats. What's Spy Cats? It's about our pet cats, except they're all secret spies, living on your daddy's mobile home and using the air vents to get into their base. Tom is the brave, strong leader. Jealous is the healer. Squirt is the fastest spy. And Frisco? Well, he just eats tuna and is a lazy computer guy. Cuddles, however, is the main character. The greatest Spy Cats villain is based on this ugly brown dog that comes into daddy's yard and pees on our grass. So yeah, that's the pee dog. He's the bad guy, not the pee dog.
I don't know, man. I was 10. What do you expect from her in Wild Child? FCAT. Florida had some of the worst standardized testing. The most important one I ever took was called the FCAT. It was a huge deal for 5th graders in Florida to pass the written essay portion of the test. Otherwise, you'd be held back. This terrified Blackbird.
So, the night before, I made absolutely sure to follow all their instructions. Step 1, eat a good dinner. Done! I cooked it myself. Step 2, study. Step 3, get a good night's rest. What, is this list made for babies? That's easy.
A tropical storm hit that night. I was filled with so much anxiety, not only from the weather, but the upcoming tests in the morning too. I started to have what I believed to be my first OCD intrusive thoughts.
Daddy, can I sleep in here with you?
I did not get a wink of sleep. I had terrible thoughts. Thoughts that the houseboat would blow over in the wind and crush us if I fell asleep. Lightning would crash through the window and kill my brother sleeping next to me. No matter what, I could not sleep without dire consequences. Or so showbiz made me believe.
I'm lucky I didn't fail that FCAT. It must have been the peppermint they gave us before the test. They said the mints would help us focus, and it saved my grade. I'll defs be using them all the time now.
Easter hunt.
Happy Easter! Phoebe, look! Our baskets are missing. There's footprints leading out the door! Bunny prints!
Uh-oh, looks like the Easter Bunny hid eggs and your baskets this year. Better find them.
Follow that bunny!
Dad had us searching our entire acre for hours that morning, popping open plastic eggs full of candy, coins, stickers, and most importantly, hints to where our baskets could be. The grand prize! My parents always set up egg hunts and made elaborate baskets full of treats to celebrate Easter, but this time was extra special.
The hint says there's somewhere up high.
Dad watched us walk right underneath those baskets over and over and kept laughing at us, clearly having the time of his life, while us kids struggled. Turns out they were right in plain sight all along.
Aha! There they are, up in the tree!
Finally!
Oh my god! A new DS game? Pokemon Platinum? Worth it! Worth it! Worth it! Worth it!
Thanks, Dad. Even though you taunted us. Charlotte's Web.
For my last elementary school play, Mr. Crow wanted to put on a big one.
Charlotte's Web, a classic tale about a pig who has to prove his worth in order to not die, and a spider who does die dramatically at the end. What a fun, memorable theater idea for kids.
I was such a talented actor, I got 2 roles. I was the mom character and one of the baby spiders at the end of the play. It was crazy! I had to rush into 2 different outfits behind the scenes. Luckily, the class followed an old cartoon movie version of the story, so we didn't have to say our lines, just lip sync at the perfect moment.
Dad brought me to every after-school practice for months on end. It was the first and only extracurricular activity I had ever participated in outside of school hours.
He watched us practice from day 1 all the way to dress rehearsal, but during the final premiere show, I forgot to lip sync my last line because It was the first chance I had to look out into the audience, and I saw him there with a bouquet of roses, his hair slicked back, and a big smile with wet eyes. I felt so special.
I had never felt more seen, more loved in my entire life. Showing up for your kids matters more than you could ever know. The Trampoline.
I live in Florida, so basically we don't have spring or fall here. Just summer all year round, with 2 weeks of winter. But the sun and humidity never stopped Blue Jay and I from loving the great outdoors. So much so that Daddy got us a trampoline for our backyard.
My dad was 100% the fun parent, while everyone else would rain on my inner children's parades. Dad was the only one cool enough to let us kids just be kids.
Don't you get tired of running over toys with a lawnmower? Ain't they spoiled? They're kids, man. It's lawn art. It's beautiful. They work hard. Let them play hard.
And play hard we did.
We'd hook up a garden hose and spray water down on it while we jumped. The wet trampoline made us bounce super duper high. And we even used dish soap sometimes to poof up bubbles all over the place as we jumped.
And later, Parker will tell you all about our anime roleplays that occurred on these very bouncy grounds.
Gonna need more than one episode for that. Our roleplay stories were epic.
The Cruise.
Blackbird, Blue Jay, did you hear the news? We're taking the entire family on a cruise. A cruise? Holly? I'm confused. 1 second, we're going on cruises, getting trampolines, Wii games, and all this fun stuff. But the next second, we have to sell Nanny and Papa's houseboat, and there's no food to eat. But somehow, Daddy always has beer? I don't get it.
Thanks for talking with me, BB. I'll be honest with you. I couldn't do that with Wild Child, but you're different, you know? Our parents sucked at finances. They were irresponsible with their money and prioritized what looked good on paper. Fancy brand name stuff, elaborate vacations, over the things that really mattered, like food and clothes.
But why? Aren't they hungry too?
They probably were, but no amount of that would change their behavior, and you're a victim of their neglect.
But I don't feel neglected. I'm going on a freaking cruise!
Honey, just because they give you nice things doesn't mean they don't hurt you at the same time.
I feel really bad going on this trip, Holly, because, yeah, it was so fun to swim all day, have unlimited ice cream, dress up for big fancy dinners, come to our rooms, and find towel animals, and explore Mexico and the Bahamas, but I knew when we got back home, things were gonna be hard.
Blackbird, it's okay to feel bad about it. You were anxious about your needs being neglected. Anyone would feel guilty and worried no matter how spectacular the trip was.
It was really cool, but I wish we didn't have to sacrifice so much for it.
Me too, kiddo. Me too. Candy.
Yay! Daddy's house! Wait, something's not right, Blue Jay. It stinks like perfume so bad in here. Candy.
Dad knew how much we didn't like his newest girlfriend, Candy, so he tried to hide the fact that she was over between custody. But we always knew. She then moved in as quickly as possible. It was my worst nightmare. While we had a lot of time to get to know Jim before he moved in with my mother, Candy was a complete stranger to us. The few times I'd seen her, she was incredibly drunk and belligerent, and point-blank disgusting. Dad was too mentally ill to be aware of how poorly this would not only influence his own bad behavior, but how Candy would affect us kids.
But at least she has 2 adorable dogs! Cheech and Taco, Chihuahuas. They can stay, but that weird crazy lady has got to go.
While living with us, Candy was mixing her bipolar medication with alcohol. It led her to being extremely dangerous and unpredictable. Dad would often dismiss this behavior by calling it Candyland, as if it were some silly board game and not the greatest threat of my childhood to date.
Look at them booty shorts! You're showing your whole hoo-ha! Hoo-ha! Stop looking at me like that.
As if her behavior wasn't horrendous enough. Between all of Candy's things, the dogs, the drugs and alcohol, our home became a hoarding situation that would make us sick for eras to come. Muffin.
I know y'all aren't too happy with Candy being here, but I want to show you that it's all good. It would be fun. Look, we even got a new puppy.
A new puppy? Oh, she's so little! Name her whatever you want, sweetie. She's you and Blue Jay's dog. Really? Wow, I haven't had a puppy since Bandit.
Don't think about that. This is a new dog.
Yeah, I'll name her Muffin.
She was this tiny teacup chihuahua who I fell in love with instantly. She became the star of my silly little music videos, my best friend who comforted me during my anxiety attacks, the little companion who loyally watched over Blackbird and protected her from the evils dwelling inside our own home. To say I loved that dog was an understatement. I needed her.
I've lost a lot of pets, and I was scared the same thing would happen to Muffin. But Daddy and Candy both said that she's 100% mine, no matter what. And this time, I won't let anything bad happen to my baby. What kind of hero would I be then?
Blackbird, you've been distracted your entire life at this point by the adults' lies. You can't keep believing everything they say to be true. I know you don't want it to be true, but deep down, you know it is. Ignoring it will only make you more dissociative.
But what's wrong with the lying, Holly?
They think they're protecting you. Heck, even Figment there thinks she's protecting you too. But pretending everything is okay when it's not really, really hurts you. You might not see it now, but you will later. Intuition.
Weather's looking rough, kids. I don't know if we'll be boating today.
Oh, fine. Let's go play Webkins. Yeah! Sucks we couldn't go out this weekend.
Blackbird, Blue Jay, boat's leaving.
Huh? Daddy, wait, what do you mean? Isn't there a storm coming? Aren't you...
Do you want to go or not? Don't be a fucking little Blackbird.
I'm not! I just got a bad feeling about something.
Oh my fucking god!
Daddy, wait!
Just like her fucking mother, I swear to God. Can't ever trust me. Can't ever have a little fun. This goddamn little control freak.
Blackbird, honey, you did nothing wrong. That intuition is what keeps us alive throughout every single era. I'm proud of you for listening to your gut. You were right to make us stay home that day. I truly believe you saved our lives. See, you do trust yourself. You're stronger than you'll ever know. Econology. Mr. Crow hosted a life simulation game every Friday during 5th grade. He called it Econology. Students had to balance fake finances, run businesses, and survive a baby boom and war, which was, wild to say the least.
Since I was a sole proprietor, I didn't have to deal with a stupid crying baby. But I was the only kid in class who was totally on their own. Everyone else made business partnerships. All the stupid cheerleader girls made a giant corporation.
But Dad, Jim, and I were one step ahead of those bullies.
I patented some sweet treats, like cookies. And Dad helped me bake a few batches to sell on Fridays during Econology.
I sold out every single time. Blackbird was a genius. No child could ever resist sugar paid for by fake money.
At the end of the year, we tallied up all of our incomes. I thought I lost the game, but suddenly, Mr. Crow announced that all funds had to be shared with everyone in the business. So the corporate cheerleaders were dead last. And I actually won because I was the only person in my business and got to keep every cent.
It was perhaps one of the greatest lessons Mr. Crow ever taught me. That sometimes doing things on your own may be harder, but it pays off tremendously in the end.
I can't believe I actually won!
I can. Boxtown. As Candy made herself comfortable in a home that wasn't hers, lots of gigantic boxes were piling up. And of course, my ever-creative inner child saw a great opportunity.
Blue Jay, you know how we make blanket forts all the time? Yeah? What if we made box forts? No, even better! A box town!
We cut out doors, taped plastic baggies to the windows, decorated the exteriors with Sharpies, and created literal tunnels down the hallway into each establishment of Boxtown. Mailboxes were hung where my brother and I would craft letters for each other. We made cardboard items to be sold in shops, had styrofoam peanuts as currency, and turned trash into imaginative treasure.
We wouldn't let Daddy throw them away for weeks! Blackbird, get your shit out of the hallway. Are you trying to kill me? No, but it would be nice if you did trip and die. What? You can't come into Boxtown. No adults allowed.
This was all a ploy to escape the dangerous adults in our life, huh? Yeah, something like that. Gatekeep.
Everyone, stay calm. We've got a tornado warning.
I'm scared. It's okay. It's just a tornado. But tornadoes are scary. Hey, you can't do the sissy voice. Only we can do the sissy voice. Okay.
My whole life, I was shunned by my peers at school. For what reason? I'll never know. I always thought it was on my face. Something physical that they could see wrong with me. The reality? I was ignoring my truth of being neurodivergent. They said I was weird, and I internalized that phrase. It very negatively impacted my self-image because I believed it was my fault for being left out.
Girls in my grade were especially the meanest. They never let me like anything they liked.
The dreaded wizard book series, that shall not be named, was gatekept by every 5th grader in the school. While all the girls were busy sorting themselves into houses, reading the books, and squealing over the boys in the movies, I was purposefully and strategically locked out. Thank God, by the way, dodged a bullet there, but it still hurt at the time.
Well, since I'm already the weird kid anyways, maybe I'll just stick to what I like out of spite. Cats! This book looks cool, huh, Holly?
Oh boy, here we go. Trans Am.
Blackbird, step outside with me for a moment.
Is everything okay?
Your dad got into a car accident. Your grandparents are picking you up early so you can go visit him at the hospital. Please don't worry about your homework tonight, okay?
My world shattered. That brand new Trans Am sports car Dad got was totaled. The accident wasn't his fault, but he was lucky to have survived with nothing more than a broken foot and minor scratches. For many months, Dad was in recovery at Nanny and Papa's house.
But don't worry, Blue Jay and I entertained Daddy the whole time. We were obsessed with Super Monkey Ball. We played for hours after school while eating Jolly Ranchers. Living with Nanny and Papa was really different from living with Daddy, though. They were strict. Homework had to be done before dinner, the internet was shut off at night, and they weren't really nice to Blue Jay and I. It was nothing like the sleepovers we used to have.
Nanny and Papa guilted us over everything, down to the amount of toilet paper we used. They made us feel ashamed for every little thing. It's no wonder my dad's crazy and fun. His parents sucked!
Ugh, right? Get butter soon, Daddy. We want to go home. Well, you could be home if your dad was more responsible.
Neopet Comedy. During Dad's car accident recovery, we lived at my grandparents' house. Electronics and internet was very limited, so us kids were forced to partake in ye old creative activities.
Ugh, this is so lame! I just want to play Neopet so bad! They're probably starving to death without me! The only thing Papa gave me was a stinky old camera. He wants me to practice.
Seeing the beauty in the world and capturing it.
Neopets are beautiful to me, right? Wait, Blue Jay, you're a genius! We should make videos of our Neopets action figures!
And thus, Neopet Comedy was born. The first show I had ever made. I'd hurry through school assignments so I could write scripts, come home and record videos with my brother, and then edit them all using Windows Movie Maker. The myth, the legend!
Meet our cast of characters! This is Mayor. She's the mayor, duh, and her husband is Bruce. They have a cat named Cat and a dog named Rascal. They're evil neighbors named Maylene. She sends her poor innocent daughter Pinky to spy on Mayor's family. Don't forget about Zoom. He was famous for his special freckle.
Didn't it end with Zoom beating the crap out of Maylene and Mayor and Bruce taking custody of Pinky?
Yeah!
Dark, but honestly, on brand. Good work, you two.
Thanks! We're already working on season 2.
The Playroom.
Blue Jay and I had the genius idea to combine our rooms at Daddy's house. We're making my room the bedroom and his room the playroom, where kids and toys unite!
Looking back, I always used to question why we merged our spaces together, but then I remembered how unsafe that house had become.
We had a lot of stuff piling up everywhere. All the gifts, toys, trash, and random furniture started to reach the ceilings. So I tied up my hair, put on my overalls, and got to work, moving all the dressers, desks, and beds into one room and leaving everything else in the playroom. It was important we had a place to sleep, get dressed, and do homework since the rest of the house was really dirty and cluttered.
Candy's dogs were barely potty trained, making the floors littered with dog poop and urine. Beer bottles lined the counters and floors, and cigarette ashes dusted every surface.
Daddy's house wasn't my home anymore. It was ruined, and it was all Candy's fault.
Candy!
Holly?
That nasty woman for coming into our safe space and soiling it! I'm angry, Blackbird! Angry for you! Angry for my brother! Angry for me!
I'm angry all the time, Holly, but no one listens to me.
They will. I'm making sure of it. Goodbyes.
Everyone cried that day, the last day of elementary school. I graduated from 5th grade, walked down the halls in one final parade as every student lined the sidewalks and clapped. All my old teachers shined proud smiles. My friends hugged me tight, and corny, sappy music blared from the loudspeakers. As the 5th grade walkout tradition finally happened for me. It took place every year since kindergarten, but I never actually thought I'd be the one being celebrated. I guess I never really thought about the future before. I didn't cry. I was worried I was supposed to since everyone else was, but I just couldn't. I didn't really know what graduation meant. Everyone said, you're gonna be a big middle schooler soon. Whatever that means.
I was devastatingly underprepared for how dramatic of a transition between schools would be. I had no idea of the horrors that would soon await me, nor did I care. How could I think about the future when every present moment was a nightmare of fighting for survival?
All I knew was that this was the last time I'd ever set foot in my elementary school. I made so many memories here. Some good, most bad. I didn't know how to feel, so I just smiled. I made it. Everyone said they were proud of me, and that's what mattered most. I didn't fail. All that struggle, all that strife was finally over. Everything Wild Child couldn't do, I fixed it. I just wish I knew why I had to. And why goodbyes have to be forever.
Best Christmas.
Daddy, look how cute these little sleeping kitty toys are!
Well, you've got real kitties at home. Come on, we don't want to be late for Nanny and Papa's Christmas cookies.
Yay!
This was the best Christmas ever. Nothing had ever been more magical than this day. Something about it finally felt right. The hectic custody schedule felt normal. My family was finally whole again. I got to see everyone on the same holiday. But on top of that, Dad went all out with the Santa presentation that year.
We woke up to the biggest present pile ever! Santa had set up our Thomas the Tank Engines to carry our Pokemon action figures around the track under the tree. New gaming chairs sat on both sides with brand new DS games on them. And also, a sleeping cat toy.
I don't know how that man got those cats. He was with us the whole time during the festivities, all day and night before Christmas. He's either a time traveler or just really sneaky, because I was so shocked to see those toys there just hours after we mentioned how cute they were. Whatever lengths Dad went to deliver this special for Christmas, I'll never forget and always cherish.
Daddy must have worked so hard for us to have these things. I tried to tell him I was sorry, but he just put me in the toe hanger and told me to be a kid and enjoy it. It was hard for some reason.
It was so important we got the chance. Custody.
Blackbird, you're going to middle school now, so things are gonna be different from now on.
What do you mean? I don't like change, Daddy.
Well, life ain't a bowl of cherries, Blackbird. Get used to it.
Your middle school schedule will be really different from your brother's elementary school schedule. You won't have to be in daycare anymore.
Really? That's the best news ever!
But you need to make a very important decision about whose house you want to live in permanently.
We thought it was important you felt like you had a choice, Blackbird, and it's okay to choose whoever you want. No one's feelings will get hurt, and you can always change your mind whenever you want.
So who will it be? Why was a 10-year-old left to make such a drastic decision for not only herself, but her baby brother too? It was like the entire world was on my shoulders. I had to consider every single factor into this lose-lose equation. No matter what choice I made, I knew I was screwed.
Daddy's always been the best parent. He's kind, he's funny, and he always makes sure we're happy and having fun. But lately, his house has gotten really bad. Candy's there. Everything's disgusting. I'm not sure if we'd ever have enough food, water, or clothes to survive. And the adults would be too drunk to drive us to school if we missed the bus or wanted to do any activities. But Mommy's always been mean to me. Yes, she's strong, she's pretty, and she's hardworking, and I want to be like her. But Holly's right. I can't forget what she's done to me. But I also can't forget she's always fed me, housed me, clothed me, and made sure I got to school. Plus, Jim is there. And if Mom fails, he'll take care of us. I know it! Mommy favorites my brother Blue Jay too. So, really, this will be better for him. I know I'm gonna suffer a lot, but it'll be okay. It's all for him. It's all for Blue Jay. It's all for him.
Have you made your decision, Blackbird?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to live with my mommy at her house.
They said no feelings were hurt, but it crushed my dad. They said I could change my mind. I couldn't, not without appearing in front of a judge in court. It wasn't that easy. There was no scenario where I would win. And how dare them place that burden on Blackbird's chest? But in the end, little heroic me stood strong, knowing we'd survive at the cost of my soul. Goddamn Blackbird. I'm proud of you. Bloopers. That man changed the I'm too late. No, we're not doing that. What do you expect from her, wild child? I expect her.
Hold on, everyone. My Tamagotchi needs help right now. Okay, thank you. Anyways.
The kind that no... Yeah, that kind of Blackbird.
What? That's what wild child sounds like. But what's wrong with lying, Holly? Holly?
I patented. This is a dyslexia nightmare, bro. What is this word? Patented. Oh my god.
At the end of the year. End of the year! Why am I yelling?
Crying in my car right after recording. Goddamn, my life sucks. Why do I have to animate it? Oh right, I'm healing or something. This is fine. I love my life. No, I don't.